The ping of notifications from the Thornton family group chat had become the soundtrack to my migraine. I sat in my home office, watching the messages pile up while my fiancé Marcus was at work, blissfully unaware of his family's latest campaign. Aunt Helen. Still can't believe they're having a beach wedding. So tacky. Cousin Beth, right? My wedding at the Four Seasons was $150,000. What's theirs $500? Face with tears of joy. Uncle Richard. Marcus could have done so much better. Remember his ex Charlotte? Now SHE class. Patricia MIL. I'm embarrassed to invite our friends. Please join us for a barbecue on some random beach. James FIL. Can't even afford a proper venue. What did we expect from a girl who went to state school? I screenshotted everything, adding it to my growing folder labeled for later. 3 months until the wedding, and his family's boycott was in full swing. Beach wedding equals poverty wedding. Patricia had announced at the last family dinner I'd attended. We simply can't support this embarrassment. The random beach they kept mocking was actually on a small private island in the Caribbean. But they didn't know that. They hadn't asked. They'd seen beach wedding on the invitation and immediately assumed we were having some budget ceremony at the local public shore. My phone rang. Marcus. Hey, beautiful. How's your day? Your family is discussing our poverty wedding again, I said, trying to keep the hurt out of my voice. He sighed. I'm so sorry, Luna. Want me to call them? No. Let them boycott. We'll have a better time without them. But they're my family, who haven't once asked about our actual plans. They just assumed and started mocking. Did you know your mother created a separate group chat called Thornton Standards specifically to discuss how I'm beneath your family? She what? Oh yes. Your sister Emma showed me. She felt guilty and thought I should know. Emma was the only Thornton who'd been kind to me. The only one who'd bothered to ask where the wedding was, though I'd been vague in my response. She deserved to be there. I'm coming home, Marcus said firmly. We need to deal with this. No, we don't. We need to finalize the catering menu for our barbecue on some random beach. The chef from Le Bernardin sent 3 new options for the reception dinner. Le Bernardin is catering our beach barbecue? He laughed despite everything. Well, technically it's their executive chef's private project. He owes me a favor from when I helped him source that impossible-to-find truffle variety last year. Have I told you lately that you're amazing? Tell me on the island, I said. Let your family have their boycott. After we hung up, I went back to wedding planning. The random beach was actually on Sanctuary Cay, a 15-acre private island I'd inherited from my grandmother 5 years ago. The same grandmother the Thorntons dismissed as some nobody from the islands. That nobody had been one of the first black women to own substantial property in the Caribbean, building her fortune through decades of brilliant real estate investments. But the Thorntons had never asked about her. They'd heard state school and grandmother from the islands and written my entire lineage off as inferior. My phone buzzed. Another group chat message. Cousin Victoria. I looked up beach wedding packages. They're like $2,000 all-inclusive. Marcus must be broke. Patricia, he's not broke. SHE's controlling him. Probably wants a beach wedding because it's all she can contribute. Beth, should we stage an intervention? Richard, let him learn. When they're serving hot dogs and beer, he'll realize his mistake. I smiled, thinking about the menu. Lobster thermidor, Wagyu beef, a sushi station with fish flown in from Japan that morning, and yes, as a cheeky nod to their assumptions, gourmet hot dogs made with meat from heritage pigs and artisanal buns. My email chimed. The wedding coordinator from the island. Ms. Chun, the renovations to the guest villas are complete. All 12 suites are ready. The helipad has been resurfaced for arrivals, and the yacht dock can accommodate up to 8 vessels. The infinity pool overlooking the ocean is filled and heated. Shall we confirm the fireworks display? I typed back, confirm everything. And please ensure the Cay Ridge Vintage is chilled for welcome drinks. Cay Ridge was the wine label from our island's small but exclusive vineyard. A bottle sold for $500 minimum, when you could find it. We had cases. Marcus came home early, finding me in the garden sketching placement charts. I can't believe they're doing this, he said, kissing my forehead. My own parents, boycotting our wedding because they think we can't afford better. What bothers me most, I admitted, is that they never asked. Not once. Where is it? What are the plans? They just assumed beach meant cheap. Should we tell them? No, I said firmly. They made their choice. They publicly declared they're too good for our wedding. Let them stick to it. But when they find out, they'll realize that their assumptions cost them the experience of a lifetime. Natural consequences. Emma called that evening. Luna, I need to know. Mom's being horrible, and I want to defend you, but you're being so mysterious. Where exactly is this beach? I liked Emma. She tried to bridge the gap between me and her family. Sanctuary K, I said simply. Silence. Then, the Sanctuary K? The private island that was in Architectural Digest last year? The one celebrities rent for like $100,000 a week. We don't rent it, I said quietly. I own it. You. What? My grandmother left it to me. We're having the wedding there because it's where she taught me to swim, where she told me stories about our ancestors, where I scattered her ashes. It's the most meaningful place in my world. Luna, oh my God. Do you know what Mom's been saying? She told everyone you're probably having the wedding at some public beach with picnic tables. I know exactly what she's been saying. I have screenshots. I'm coming, Emma said firmly. I don't care what they say. I'm coming to your wedding. You were always invited, Em. You're the only one who treated me like family. 2 weeks before the wedding, the family group chat reached peak cruelty. Patricia, Marcus hasn't sent proper invitations yet. Probably can't afford them. Richard Evitz. I called it. No class. Beth, I'm having a spa day that weekend instead. Self-care over watching my cousin's disaster. Patricia, we should all do something together. Show Marcus we have standards. Uncle Richard, Thornton family cruise? Show them what a real luxury experience looks like. Patricia, perfect. I'll book it. Same weekend as their beach party. They booked a cruise. A Carnival cruise. To show off their luxury standards. I couldn't help myself. I opened the group chat and typed. How wonderful. A cruise sounds fun. Since you'll be in the Caribbean anyway, you're so close to Sanctuary K. What a shame you'll miss the wedding. Patricia, what's Sanctuary K? I didn't respond. Let them Google it. The explosion came 15 minutes later. Victoria, holy shit. Beth, language. Victoria, no, look it up. Sanctuary K. It's. Richard, this can't be right. $100,000 a week rental? Patricia, that's not where the wedding is. She's lying. Beth, look at the photos. Private villas. Helipad. Yacht dock. James, this is a misunderstanding. Luna, is your wedding near Sanctuary K? Time for the kill shot. I took a photo of the property deed, carefully angling it so my name was clearly visible along with Sanctuary CAY, full ownership. I posted it to the chat. Not near. On. The typing indicators danced frantically. Messages appeared and disappeared as they tried to formulate responses. Finally, Patricia, how? My grandmother. The nobody from the islands you mentioned? She bought it in 1973. But you never asked about her. Too busy assuming I was beneath you. Richard, we didn't mean. Yes, you did. Every message is screenshotted. Every cruel word about our cheap wedding, our poverty venue, our embarrassment of a celebration. You boycotted us because you thought we couldn't afford better. The truth is, you can't afford to vacation where we're getting married. Patricia, Marcus. Call your mother. Marcus was reading over my shoulder. He took my phone and typed. You made your choice. You publicly mocked my fiancé and our wedding. You boycotted us. Enjoy your cruise. James' son, be reasonable. We're family. Marcus typed. Family doesn't create separate group chats to mock family. Family doesn't assume the worst. Family asks questions and offers support. You failed at all three. Patricia, we'll cancel the cruise. No need. I took the phone back. You said you can't support our embarrassing beach wedding. We heard you. Loud and clear. The guest list is final. Beth, but, private island. Yes, private island. 7-bedroom main house, 12 guest villas, 2 pools, tennis courts, a spa, and 3 beaches. The barbecue is being catered by a Michelin-starred chef. The cheap wine is from our vineyard. The tacky beach ceremony will be photographed by Mario Testino. But you're right, it's not Four Seasons quality. It's better. And you'll see it in magazines, not in person. I left the group chat. My phone immediately exploded with individual messages, calls, texts, voicemails. Marcus and I turned off our phones and opened a bottle of K-Ridge to toast. You know they'll never forgive this, he said. They'll never forgive themselves, I corrected. Every time they see our wedding photos in magazines, every time their friends ask why they weren't there, every time they remember that they chose a Carnival cruise over a private island wedding, they'll remember that their snobbery cost them everything. Emma called on the landline. Luna, they're losing their minds. Mom is crying. Dad is trying to get the cruise refunded. Beth is Googling your grandmother. They're all in shock. They're not invited, Em. Not after everything they said. I know. I'm not advocating for them. I'm just enjoying the show. Also, can I bring a plus one? And do you need me to bring anything? Just yourself. And maybe sunscreen. The island sun is strong. Luna? Thank you for still including me despite my horrible family. You're not horrible. You asked questions. You showed interest. You treated me like a person, not a gold digger. That's all I ever wanted from them. The wedding was perfect. Emma was a bridesmaid, glowing with happiness as she helped me get ready in the main house my grandmother had built with her own hands. Marcus's family watched via the cruise ship's spotty Wi-Fi as our wedding hashtag trended on Instagram. Celebrity guests, pristine beaches, fireworks that could be seen from their ship, which was cruelly passing close enough to the island for them to see the lights but not attend. Patricia's breakdown when she realized that the Forbes photographer was capturing every moment was reportedly epic. James had to be sedated when he saw the caliber of guests. People he'd spent years trying to network with, all celebrating on the random beach he'd mocked. But the best moment came when Emma posted a photo of her and me, champagne glasses raised on the terrace my grandmother had built. The caption: "To the women who build empires and the granddaughters who inherit more than just islands, they inherit strength." The comments from the Thornton family were swift. "We didn't know. Why didn't you tell us? This is so unfair. Family should forgive family." I posted one response. "You didn't know because you didn't ask. You assumed I was beneath you. Turns out, you were beneath the guest list." Marcus and I honeymooned on the island for 2 weeks, in the house my grandmother built, on the land she'd claimed when everyone said a black woman couldn't own paradise. Every morning, I'd wake up to emails from his family, alternating between apologies and accusations. Every morning, I'd delete them unread. "Any regrets?" Marcus asked one morning, as we watched the sunrise from our private beach. "Just one," I admitted. "I wish my grandmother could have seen their faces when they realized the nobody from the islands owned an island worth more than their entire family's combined assets." "She knows," Marcus said, kissing my temple. "And she'd be proud that you didn't let them diminish you or her legacy." 6 months later, Town and Country featured our wedding as the most exclusive event of the year. The Thorntons had framed copies in their homes, telling everyone how close they were to us, how they'd always known I was special. Emma sends me screenshots, sometimes of her mother trying to claim credit for introducing Marcus to me, or her father bragging about his private island connection. But they've never been to the island. They never will. Because some bridges, once burned by snobbery and assumption, can't be rebuilt with apologies and regret. They chose their cruise. We chose our paradise. And my grandmother's nobody from the islands? She's laughing in heaven, watching her granddaughter live her best life on the island paradise she claimed, 1 acre at a time, proving that legacy isn't about where you come from. It's about what you build and who you become. The Thorntons learned that lesson too late. But they learned it,